Hey everybody, welcome back to
Truly Art-Rageous!
That's right. And today we're going to be drawing Pokemon. Yes! What character do we choose?
Squirtle!
That's right. So, if you guys want to draw some Squirtle, stick around. That's coming up next.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Woohoo! Alright, let's get to drawing. So, Squirtle is kind of a combination of circles. So, let's just start out by drawing his face, which is a big old circle.
I'm gonna do a sketchy circle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sketchy. So, get it? Pretty sketchy.
Hey, okay.
Don't trust that guy.
Cringe.
Anyway, I know, a total cringe moment from Dad. But you can be as light or hard, or do whatever kind of style you like. Whatever works best for you.
Okay.
So that's his head. And we'll move on to Squirrel's eyes. And his eyes are kind of off to the side. You know, one here and one here. But what we're going to do to draw that eye is it's a bell shape. Not upside down, right side up bell shape. That goes around, down like that. And it's crossed off at the bottom with a line. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the other eye. Same thing on this side. Going to go up and over. Make that bell shape come down. Like that. And then we'll cross at the bottom. And as you can see, I had to stop the video for a second because I didn't like the way my eye looked. So, if you have the same conundrum, just do that. Pause the video, erase, come back to it. It's totally okay. Alright, so let's move to Squirtle's eyes. So his eyes he's kind of cross-eyed a little bit, but it's just a curved line like this from top to bottom of the eye. Curved line on the other side, the same thing. And then we're going to draw his pupil. So that's a curved line at about the center of that curved line on the inside of his eye. So like that.
I used to always draw these eyes. Once I got into Pokemon and anime, I was like, these eyes are going on everything.
Yep. And then we are going to draw a tiny circle inside of this space here to indicate what?
Shine. Or
The light.
reflect.
The light. Because everybody's got, that's how you can tell that you have a real eye, not a fake eye. Or at least that's the way I choose to think about it.
Or if you're a human, then you have a real eye.
That's how you can tell if somebody's a human or a robot.
Wait, but what?
They do not have the reflection of the light in their eye. Probably because they use cheap plastic on the eyeballs.
What?
Nothing.
You're so
Okay,
cringy.
so color those eyes in. And then we'll move on. Alright, and we're just going to indicate his brow line here. Just a couple short little lines right above the eyeball. And then, let's draw his mouth. So his mouth is kind of a weird, wavy V. So it starts here. You want to maybe mark the center line with just a dot so that you know where to stop. And it goes like this and ends right there. And then there's another line that comes from here. Same thing. There's a little bit of a squiggly. Like that. So now we're going to do the bottom part of his mouth. And that's just kind of a U shape, stretched out U. Goes almost to the end of his chin.
But not.
But not quite. It turns up. Okay. And then inside of his mouth is his big old tongue. It's a curved line right there. And a curved line right there. And I'm going to go ahead and just shade this in to indicate the space in his mouth. All right, so let's do his nose. Nose is super easy. This is probably the easiest step of all of them. His nose is 2 little lines like that and like that. So it's almost if you erase the bottom part of a V. Okay. So the next part I should say, is we're going to draw the full body. And what we're going to do to do that is draw a big circle starting kind of midway in the eye.
What?
Going to go around like so, because he's pretty circular.
Well, he has a shell on, so.
Yeah.
Again, Squirtle is a turtle that squirts water, so.
He's a Squirtle.
Squirtle. Squirtle!
Okay. I'm just going to darken in my lines a little bit here.
Whoa, you got chubby.
Yep. Yeah, mine is looking a little large too, but that's okay. That's just my style. Maybe my Squirtle
ate too many Poke Puffs.
Yeah, ate too many of those little berries.
Berries? They're a little puffy. They're
okay.
Okay.
I'm not hip to all the Pokemon language.
If you guys know what that is, leave a comment down below. They're Poke Puffs.
Okay, so that's what it should look like there. And now we're gonna slap on some arms and legs. So the first arm starts just a little bit behind his face and climbs up.
You made it so dark that it might
to
be
the top.
hard to erase.
Like this. And then it's got a finger here. And then another finger here.
He's got little triangle fingers. Or
Yeah, they're just little V shape, upside down V shapes. And then it kind of swoops down and around.
Oops. Oh my gosh.
And then we're gonna pull the line up and back into his face. All right, so then once you have that arm there, Squirtle's got a third finger, or should it maybe a thumb. That goes right here, just another little V shape.
Curved, I guess. Or you can draw it.
However you want it.
Yep.
Pointy, curved, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to go in here and erase this line. Now mine is gonna look a little junky just because I'm trying to draw darker for you guys to see what I'm doing a little bit better.
You can follow mine if you want to.
All right, so let's go ahead and do his other arm. His other arm starts kind of up here, and we're just gonna curve up a little bit.
Kind of looks like it's coming out of his head.
And then we got the V's again to indicate his fingers and thumbs, his appendages.
What?
And then the third finger is right here. This one goes out and around like that. I'm actually gonna edit real quick. And trust me, it's totally normal for you guys to look at something and go, I don't really like the way that looks. Just go back and edit it.
Totally normal. Trust me, I know.
Totes normal. Okay, so there's his 2 arms. Now, let's go ahead and slap on some legs. So the first leg is going to be at the bottom here. So it's a curved shape that goes out and down to the bottom of his shell. And then his leg, the top of his leg is a curved line like so.
Oh, I wasn't following.
And his toes, he has same thing as his fingers, 3 different toes. There's 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna go around this way and connect it back to the curved line that we originally drew.
I'm gonna make his foot just a little bit skinnier.
And then I'm gonna go in here and erase that line again. Some people can draw without having to erase their stuff. And if that's your style, that's awesome. I wish I could do that.
Same here.
All right, let's draw his second leg. Second leg is a...
kind of bent.
Yeah,
his knee is in front.
Yeah, he's got like his knee bent, so it curves pretty sharply out and around like so. And then we've got the bottom part of his leg right here. That's just kind of a curvy line, and that ends right there. And since we're looking from perspective, we're looking down on his foot because he's got his knee bent. His foot, second foot, starts behind the lower part of his leg, curves around like so. And then we're gonna tack on those toes. 1, 2,
Kind of looks like he's wearing a shoe, like a slipper or something.
3, and then there's a curved line that connects to the bottom of his foot. Okay, let's do some shell. So his shell is right underneath kind of his armpit in the picture. So you're gonna draw a line that kind of comes out a little bit and then curves around like so. All right, we're gonna draw the edge of his shell, and that starts right up here in his armpit. You curve that down and around, and it kind of curves, continues to curve into his leg, but at the very end of it, it curves around and down. So it turns itself into an S shape, so a really long S.
Kind of like that.
Yep. All right, and then there is a line on the shell to kind of indicate the little bumps that he's got on his back, and that just kind of is a curvy line right to the center of the line we just drew.
Good job, Dad.
Thanks. And then he's got kind of a design on his chest.
Yes, he does.
And so that starts here, a little bit, probably the last quarter of his arm there in his armpit. And we're gonna go down and across like so. And then there's a center line that goes down like this. And believe it or not, these lines are truly what makes things seem 3D or take shape. Okay, and then there's a triangle on each side. Starts a little bit below this upper line here. Goes out like that, and then down like that. And then same thing on this side, out like that. And you want to make sure that you're watching here to make these two line up. So it goes down a little bit like that, and then connects like that.
Oh, I forgot to cut off his leg right here. There you go. Or not cut it off, you know what I mean.
Easy, easy. All right. And then there's a center line right here, kind of almost indicating his chest. Comes across right there. And then the last part of the under part of his shell is just a V at the bottom that kind of connects to the edges of his legs there. Okay. And last but not least is this cool little swirly tail.
Oh yes, my favorite.
And so that goes a little something like this. Comes up. Like that. And then it goes out and around like so. And then I'm just gonna keep going on this line here and curl, curl, curl that line around. Goes up like that, and then down like that. Shave off a little of my line there because I don't like the way it looked. Okay, and the last part that we're going to do for this drawing is to close off that tail. So that is going to start kind of where this swirly stopped. And it's going to carry down, curved line, and then it kind of squeezes in a little bit, like so. All right, so that's Squirtle. I hope your guys' looks really awesome. I'm sure it does. And if you guys want to learn how to draw other things, we have a couple videos on our channel. Feel free to check us out. Tell your friends about us. Hit that subscribe button with the notifications so that you know when we put new drawings on the channel. But thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.